Hello everybody, this is a new live stream here on Assembled, and take it away, Max.
Okay, first of all, like a kind of a personal question for every one of you. What do you like designing more, DC or Marvel?
DC.
Both
DC?
I'm a Marvel fan. I think Marvel more.
Okay, great.
But I still like DC.
Yeah.
One specific DC character, I must say. And the rest is all good.
Okay, which DC character?
Take a wild guess.
A wild guess? Okay.
Yes.
No, I'm a huge Batman fan, so if
great.
I can design a Batman figure, then it's super cool.
Oh yeah, and Andres just showed my picture from our Instagram that I just took yesterday after I finished the Bugle.
Yep.
So that's something really cool, I think, about the new big D2C Marvel set, about the Daily Bugle, that you can connect it to the modulars.
Oh my God, it's modular!
Yeah.
The Spring Lantern Festival. That's also modular.
Yeah. I'm still missing this, so I'm looking forward to buying this. But I think that's really great that you can connect it, and it just looks wonderful. But that also leads me to my first real question. So when I was building the model, and I wanted to connect it to the modular, I saw that one Technic brick was one stud to write in the background.
I am ashamed. I missed that at the building instruction test build.
Okay.
That it had moved one from my final version. I should have spotted that. I think anybody who's capable of building this can figure out how to move it one stud. So it should be okay. But yeah, I'm annoyed with that. That of everything I've seen in the reaction to this, that one really annoys me because it's my fault.
I can add one question right now. Mark, what is your favorite part of this great build? I've ordered the set yesterday. Thanks.
My favorite part of the build, probably the things I didn't do. The taxi cab, which was Adam, the newsstand and the water cooler, which were Carter, and the spider buggy, which was by Ed. These are all I kind of like them because it means you've got something other than just my way of building in there. That there's other voices, and it. I love the exhaust on the cab. This way when Adam handed that to me, and there's this musket underneath as the exhaust. That's from that point on, the cab was in. Didn't matter what else happened. That was happening.
It's also very much like the superhero team, right? It's one collaboration, and although Mark is the main hero in this one, it's great that other heroes can help out. So.
That's the
so
one.
Here you can also see the cap. I'm very happy with it. It just is perfect, and it was very fun building it.
It's almost perfect.
No, it's perfect. He said
almost,
it's perfect.
It's almost.
I know if you build it yourself, or if you design it yourself, then you have always things you want to change, and it's never perfect.
The first versions had like you can see it on the Flickr. I uploaded them. Like the first versions had like a printed tile for the or what was supposed to be a printed tile. I just made it up. But it was either that or like Punisher, and so we just decided to make the grills. But I liked it was like half rounded.
Okay.
Like the grill was basically a yellow tile with like and it looked like a grim face. It was really, really nice.
Yeah, really cool. And as speaking of the Punisher, I think that's something that really surprised me in this set, because I think that's something which is really 18 plus specific, and I think I could never imagine having this character in like a 4+ set or so. Do you like having these opportunities in 18 plus sets to integrate such characters like Punisher or Blade or even Daredevil, which is also from a more grim comic book, I think. Do you like integrating these characters?
It's nice to be able to put them in there and know that because of the age range, we shouldn't get much pushback on them. But the characters have all had so many versions of themselves out there in the comic books and even in cartoons for young kids and things. So all of these characters have appeared in different age range, different what's the right word? Genres. You know, they're out there as a sort of, the characters are very universal. They will fit into any sort of storyline you wish to tell. So they work as part of a Lego storyline too.
Yeah, I was very surprised when I saw the whole big figure selection that you got in there, and yeah, it's just a blast, and I'm so happy to have this model here. And another question I have is about the new sets which will come out in June, the Infinity Saga sets. So I think that's a new concept with every set. Yeah. So it's not like the sets from the past year that they were just based on the news movie. Yeah. But do you have a favorite set of this lineup?
I really like this set, which is 76192. It's so big, it's pushing Adam out the way. It was designed by Bjarke Lukke-Madsen, who is a design master. Not a model designer, a design master. Okay. Not only does it include a big fake Thanos with turnable head, yeah. It has a cool van, Lewis's van, that's designed by the Adam Grabowski, Mr. Zumbi himself, and yeah, a plethora of characters and an awesome build that enhances your Infinity Saga sets. So I love it. What about you guys?
I think I cannot top it.
We've got others like this.
I'm gonna say the Dragonfly.
76192. The Dragonfly is also fantastic design by Mark.
Yeah.
It's probably the Ironmonger though. I do like that Ironmonger. It's very cool.
Yeah, this is insanely cool. It was designed by Junior, and he's done a sterling job of recreating your favorite scene from the Infinity Saga.
Yeah.
It's from the Infinity Saga. No, the Infinity Saga is older.
Is that old? Yeah, this is just from Iron Man 1 then.
That is the saga.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's a long saga.
DC, Batman. I like Batman.
Yeah, we will also come to some DC questions, but first of all, I would like to wrap up the whole Marvel stuff.
It was just a joke, you know.
Okay, yeah.
I cannot keep up with the with Infinity Sagas and Seventh Iron Mans and stuff. So
first time.
Yeah, thanks. I don't know.
Yeah, great. But I think what my favorite product of the new lineup is the big Guardians ship, the Benatar, the big orange ship. And my question was, why did you choose the Benatar and not the Milano from the first two Guardians of the Galaxy movies? Because I think, in my opinion, the first one is a bit more iconic.
Oh, that's a super good question. And to be fair, we did put a bit of consideration into this. You could say the Guardian ship is what they end up flying off in the final endgame, and you say then they're flying into new adventures, and you say that's probably the main reason. Otherwise, you could have gone both ways. I really like the Milan as well. This one is a super awesome display set that actually, you could say, tries to make a bit of a balance between play and display. So I'm without sounding too marketing like, I hope that this will help stretching childhood a bit, so making kids that are just about to grow out of playing actually play still. And if we do that, then I'll be super happy.
Yeah, I can understand that point. Yeah, so I think what also special is that you integrated Thor into the set. So he's just at the end of the movie in the ship, like in this form. But did you also consider to include Drax the Destroyer? But I think he's missing.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Or is he just invisible like in the movie?
Let's say that. Let's say that he's invisible here.
Okay. Yeah.
Not missing, but invisible.
He's there. He's standing very still.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That sounds good. Yeah. Yeah. And so these are all sets that are.
May I add one question? Just imagine Iron Man against Batman. Who's the winner?
Oh,
Batman always wins.
I really don't know. How many kids do you have?
He's got 2.
2. Okay. Pick one.
Where did
Yeah,
he come
great.
up with an answer, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
It depends who. In the comic books, it depends who the guest star is.
Oh, the
Yeah,
comic
so
books is easy. That's Batman. That's no problem.
No,
But
no.
then,
If Batman is
No.
visiting Iron Man's comic, Iron Man wins. If Iron Man's
No,
visiting
no, no,
Batman's, Batman wins.
the
That's
comic
way the
book is
comic
really
books
easy. The comic book wise, it's really easy.
Yeah.
But like, I think in this is like the trick question, you know, like about Star Trek, you know, like it's like Picard over Kirk, but you know, but yeah, I think what's this? Let's say it this way: if it's comic books, it's Batman. But if it's the cinematic universe, then I must say that I prefer Tony Stark and Iron Man.
Depends who has the most money of the two, right?
No, it actually doesn't.
and also which Batman
But-
character,
but-
like Christian Bale,
I like what they did.
Lego Batman.
At least in the original Iron Man movie. I would, if we say it like this, then I'd say so comic
You
books.
mean the one that
Clearly
the set's
Batman.
based on?
Yeah,
The movie that this set is based on.
yes. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my.
Yeah, I think that's a very tough question. I couldn't answer it either properly, I think, but I would also go with Batman because I like Batman more
just
than
answered
Iron
it.
Man, I must say. So yeah, yeah. And another question.
If
now
we're
the
talking comic books, it would be Judge Dredd.
yeah,
There you go.
yeah, great.
Hellboy. Yes.
Hellboy, yeah. Another DC question I have is concerning the 1966 Batmobile, which I also just built and I really love. And I think that's a
Why does it
mixture
not have Robin in it? Was that the question?
No, that's not my question, but yeah, I think you've heard this a lot today. But
A lot.
Good.
yeah,
Yes.
No,
Let the man
don't-
ask his question.
yeah. So it's a mixture of a display model and a play model, I think, because you can change some stuff and you have this little display plaque and so. So would you exactly this set? Would you like to do more such sets, which are more a mixture than just a play set or just an 18+ set?
I don't think we can answer that, but I think there is
No.
something in the mixture between play and display. There's play in display, also in the word. I think there is something in there that we are looking at.
Okay, yeah, great. I don't want to know something. Okay, I know you can't say stuff about the future, so yeah. And another question is, in the past, you didn't make sets based on more grim comic book movies, which came to theaters this year, like Suicide Squad, which came out in 2016. But you had all the different characters split out in some Batman sets. Is that a way that you can make these characters, but you don't have the chance to do sets based on the movies because they are so brutal? And do you maybe, if that is so, could you do that now with the 18+ label?
I think that's a good question. I think we're taking it one bit at a time when we're looking at what we're going to launch. That we launch something we believe we can actually that feels right, and I think that's an evaluation we do constantly. And to be fair, it also changes over time, and it depends on where you choose to.
I made 5. It used to be 10.
Yeah, where you choose to look. A lot of these characters has been portrayed in many ways, and I think that's also it. So we're trying to make the right balance. Is there a system? No, not quite.
Okay.
Well, there is a system as far as we, like it's. You could argue, like I read something quite interesting, like, yeah, why is there no movie based on the Joker? Set based on the Joker. When it was like, we made Joker before, it's like, yeah, but it's just this step.
Also, there's nothing in it that would make a great plot.
Yeah, but even if there was, like there's this thing that it just doesn't taste right. Like it doesn't.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
That's like the question earlier with the more adult characters in the Marvel ones. There are so many different ways these characters have been used that we might not want to go with the current cinematic version, but we can go with the version from a cartoon or from the comic books, so that character is still available as a kid's toy, even if you don't want them to go and look at the adult material.
Yeah. I also think that there's such a mechanism, if you could call it, behind it. Yeah, but I really appreciated back then when the Suicide Squad launched, when I couldn't get the movie figures, but I could at least get the comic book figures, and I also like comics, so that was great. Yeah,
but I also released the movie version of Harley Quinn in my Apocalypse.
Yeah, exactly.
So at least I'm giving back to the fans, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dankeschön.
Dankeschön.
Ja, Dankeschön.
Oh, nice.
Gute Arbeit.
Yeah, very good, very good work. But do you have more freedom if you design sets based more on comic books than on movies? So
yes.
You can be more creative than when you just got photos from set or concept art.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And do you prefer that, or do you like more, okay, we want like this to be that accurate like the movie version?
Depends on the mood, I guess. Like it's for me it's a middle thing. Like sometimes it's way easier to design something from a comic book because you have a little bit more creative freedom and less complaints, let's say, it should do this and it should do that and whatnot, or this should have been done that way. Maybe it shouldn't, and well, if you do stuff that is based on comic books, on movies, that then people expect it to be completely accurate, like do all the crazy things that it does. I'd say like, sorry?
I was just going to, which can be difficult when we're only working from concept art. The final vehicle.
Yeah, that's also one of those things. Yeah, if you there's of course the two steps of this making the movie stuff, which is like one is great, doing stuff from concept art, and then finding out, because we are done at some point. We have to be done to launch the product, and then it turns out that sometimes it's so funny because like decisions that you made and you changed it based on concept art. And then it turns out that it was exactly the way that you did it in the first place. Like it was the Captain Marvel, like the jet.
Yeah.
Like I really wanted to do it in white, but no, it has to be gray. Like concept art is gray, and it has to be like that color. No, and then like then we went to see the movie, and it's white, and it's like
yeah.
But and it's of course like everyone's like, why did they make it gray? It makes no sense at all. It's clearly white. So it's yeah. These are the moments where you like really hate making the stuff from the movies.
But also it keeps it fresh. I mean, like the fact that we get to follow concept and we get to read scripts ahead of time. We get to see the movie before it's released, or at least like scenes from it. But then also we get to create stuff from our own imagination. I mean, that's the fantastic that we have that opportunity in the Lego superhero team to design both ways.
Yeah, and it means when we revisit the sets, like with the Guardian spaceship, when we revisit them, we can be movie accurate later, whereas we were just concept art accurate when they first come out.
And I mean, that's the great thing with the Infinity Saga sets, the Avengers compound. When we first released this for Endgame, I mean, yes, okay, it wasn't super movie accurate because we didn't want to spoil the film for the people that were buying it. But now the fact that you can get this set and it's an addition to the set. It enhances your old model, or for those who've seen the film now and are of age to buy the set, then they can actually get their hands on it. And yeah, also it has movie accurate details like the van, or the fact that Thanos is there without a helmet. And yeah, you've got Captain America with a shield and a hammer. Wow.
Yeah.
These are the commercials, dude.
Yeah.
Each set's not separate.
Well, they are. You haven't buy them in a bundle yet. So.
Yeah, and I've got one last question because time runs out, sadly. But because of the pandemic, some movies got postponed, and also Lego set got postponed, I think, because there were Shang-Chi sets on sale in some regions around the globe, but they were never released properly, I think. What makes this with you? So are you sad that you designed this model so long ago and almost nobody can build it?
No.
No, I mean, they'll come out when they come out. Yeah. I mean,
we're actually sad that this stuff happens, that it leaks, and that I think it was one of the craziest things when the 1989 Batmobile, was by accident found in the airport in Billund, because they by accident just and it was like we kept it secret, and you sit here, and you shut up for 1.5 years straight, and you cannot talk with anyone, not with your wife, not with your kids, and then
you can always talk to us.
It comes like a day before or 2 days before, and it's like that's like one of the biggest frustrations for me, at least. It's like you sit there for so long and you don't talk with anyone, and then it gets spoiled like within a day because someone wants to see, a thumb-sized picture taken with a potato, and it's just, and then it's all over the internet, and it's just like, and then you cannot even talk about it then, it's not like you now from now on you're relieved. No, you still have to wait until the day, And
I can understand it.
And it's also like we need to remember, we need to also follow like the rules that we have, like from our partners, I hear it so often. I was like, why don't they just say it? Now it's all over the internet anyway. It's like, because we can't. It's like, that's how the world works.
And the good thing is, this will be all over zusammengebaut very soon. Thank you so much, everybody. This was a blast. Take care and see you around next time in person.
Thanks a lot.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Goodbye. Thank you very much.
Thanks.